And why does that group of people seem to have a lot of power?
Right.
And that light that's ambient gets bright.
That's not wrong. And you're right. I shouldn't say stupid.
Thanks, bro.
You know, I mean, you're right. I get excited sometimes, and I blame the pot. But you're right. I can think it.
Yeah, you don't say it.
I'm still thinking. But you're right.
I tell
you shouldn't say. No, you're right. I shouldn't say it.
I tell this all the time, like.
But you wouldn't survive in couple anyway.
In this next clip of the Club Random podcast, Bill Maher is waking up, and not in the woke way. He's realizing what half of America already knows: the far left has gone insane. And if he wants to survive in media, he needs to plant his flag in common sense, not ideological insanity. And Andrew Schulz is basically reinforcing that going to the White House and meeting with Donald Trump is the right thing to do.
But I say this all the time to people, like when we get into these arguments, like I don't even want to talk, but like the trans shit is like a perfect example. Like I was talking to this journalist, and I was like, what do you think we disagree on? And he goes, well, some of the trans stuff or whatever. I'm like, well, what about? And he's like, well, the trans women in sports. And I was like, well, what do you think about the trans women in sports? He's like, honestly, I think it's a red herring that the right uses. And I go, you didn't answer my question.
Right.
And he goes, well, I mean, I just feel like it's not really a talking point that matters that much. And it's like, I said this, I go, listen, if I say something that bothers my wife.
Andrew nails it again. This issue isn't a red herring. It's about fairness in sports, safety, and protecting women's rights. The fact that the left refuses to answer basic questions like, should biological men compete against women, tells you everything.
I've done that for years, and it drives her fucking crazy.
You do. I've learned that about women, too.
We learned that the hard way.
We learned it the hard way.
What we do is we go, okay, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way.
Right.
We meet them where they're feeling. And I feel like so much in the discourse, it's like explaining with facts why the other person is wrong instead of understanding what they're experiencing and just feeling.
I mean, this honestly is what I've been preaching. I'm sure you know.
Yeah, of
course. But like on my show.
That's why I'm here.
I mean, Kid Rock was here a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I want you to meet Trump. He said, I'm going to take you to the White House. So now we're going to do that.
I think that's a good
there will be
conversation.
lots of people on the left who will be like, how dare you talk to this man? I was like, fuck you. I'm not playing this game that you mean girls play.
Yes.
Where like, oh, you know what? You can't sit at my lunch table because I'm just not talking to you. Not talking to you, you lost the election. Who the fuck do you...
This is a defining moment. Bill Maher is going to the White House to meet Trump, and he's proud of it. That's not selling out. That's growing up. That's realizing that half the country isn't evil. They're just tired of the lies and double standards.
I think you have to talk to. It's one thing if you win it.
Yeah.
It's another thing if you lose it.
You got to start talking to people.
Have to talk to. And I see Gavin Newsom is doing this now. He's changed his tune. He's got a podcast, and the first guest was Charlie Kirk.
I thought that was...
I
thought that was brilliant.
He mentioned me. He said, like, I'm noticing what Bill does, talks to both sides, like is left-leaning, but not afraid to criticize the people on his team. Like, we got to get more of this going.
This
has to become the center. This has to become a real center. Right now, it's like it's a few lonely islands that need to like become a bigger fucking sandbar.
Yeah. No, for real. You're right. Like, it needs to be normalized. And I think
yes.
I think we're so, I think that Americans, we like bravery. Like we have very, high risk tolerance, meaning like we take risk. Like, I think it's kind of like in our DNA to take risk. Like all of our family, whoever came here from your family years ago, they left their entire family and they just moved here. So we just have the DNA of crazy people, really, that are like willing to risk it all, right? So when we see people that are afraid of having conversations, I think there's like almost like a primal instinctual reaction to it.
It's not American.
It's un-American. And I think that was, I don't want to politicize this shit, but like I think that was a little bit of the concern with Kamala on the campaign trail. It looked like Trump was willing to talk to whoever.
He was.
Like his camp, when we spoke to him, they didn't give us any notes.
He's going to talk to me. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And think about all this shit.
Who's been meaner than me?
I mean, only J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the only one who said meaner shit about Trump than you.
Yeah. Well, lots of people have. But
course, yes.
I mean, and he said, I have 5 pages of things. I asked my staff once, and I guess it's 6 now because it's been a while. Like, just write down all the things he said in tweets and at rallies. It's 5 pages long. Crazy, low energy, ratings disaster. You know, every bad thing that he just pulls out of his ass. But I don't care, and he doesn't care.
He doesn't care either.
He doesn't care.
And you don't give a
It's all performative. Like, not on. I mean, look.
No, you guys might feel it, but it wouldn't stop you guys from having a discussion with other because you're not pussies.
We're not pussies.
It's very simple. It's like, are you a pussy or are you not?
And I learned that once. I had my longest relationship way back in the early 90s, and her father was military.
Yeah.
And he and I did not see eye to eye politically, but he liked me because I wasn't a pussy. That's my model for beating Trump. It's like, you know, be respectful, which he deserves. He won not one, but twice. Like, funny, my girl said to me, "What are you going to wear?" I said, "I'm not going to dress like Zelensky."
Not a fucking Lululemon outfit.
It's not going to be a black T-shirt. I'll tell you that.
Zelensky pulled up looking like a yoga
instructor. Not going to be a black T-shirt, man. I am wearing it.
You know, I have to give it to Bill Maher. I give him a lot of credit for respecting the office, even if he didn't vote for the man. That used to be called patriotism. Now it gets you labeled a traitor by the far left. Maher is rediscovering what real Americans already know. The White House deserves respect.
A suit and tie.
Absolutely.
Jordan Peterson gave me a suit. He sat here and he said, like, "I want you to have a suit." And I, Jordan, I don't like suits. I'm going to send you a suit. I'm going to wear that suit.
Yep, done.
The Jordan Peterson approved suit.
It's a good, I mean, I guess whatever. It's a sign of respect, but
it's a sign of respect. It's the White House.
Yeah, even if you disagree with the person in it, you are respecting the law of the land. You are respecting the position in general.
And you also have to respect that, you know, the guy did win. It's more than half the country or whatever. I mean, you know, I keep saying it. I'm not going to hate. You can not like Trump. You can hate him. You can't hate everybody who vote for him.
Yes, and you have to understand why.
I said it in my last special. I don't hate half the country, and I don't want to hate half the country.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the red pill moment. Bill Maher is realizing that hating Trump voters is not a political position, it's a sickness. The only cure? Talk to people. Respect differences. Seek truth. And that starts by sitting down with the man the media told him to fear.
You know, it's just not where my mind ever wants to go for my own mental health.
Yeah.
Is all this hate.
Yeah.
So yes, I will talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And it's you know, it's an honor to be invited to the White House under any circumstances.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Also, it allows you to have a platform with him where you can tell him the things you disagree with. Like
I think it's
somebody was saying that to me.
It's generous.
They were like,
to allow that to happen.
Of course, but this is also part of American discourse. It's very important. Like I think he needs to do the White House Correspondents' Dinner, just because I think a very unique thing about it, like we humble our heroes. It is a very beautiful thing about American culture, right? Is that we will make you beg for our support every 4 years. You don't just get to be king.
That's why it was great when Ricky Gervais hosted the Golden Globes. We take the piss out of the big ones.
The big ones, the elites. And
we take the piss out of them.
And you saw the reaction, right? From
yes.
Everyday people.
Visceral.
It was visceral. And I think it's important.
And that's
I always thought Bill Maher has been a smart guy, but now he's becoming something even rarer. Honest. He's calling out his own side, sitting down with Trump, and stepping into the arena of common sense. That's what America needs more of. Not division, but dialogue. And if you agree, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below.